Episode 3482, Choose Your Hard.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready to get greatness on? Oh, come on. It's all about healthy living. Yes, you got to feel good in your own skin. And I know you can do it, but you got to choose your hard. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Well, how many times in a day are you faced with decisions? You got to make some choices. And those choices that you make in life shape your reality. Each decision, whether big or small, or even the ones we avoid, carries its own set of consequences, good or bad. Healthy living is hard no matter how you live, right? So you got to choose your hard. And as you know, these decisions you avoid have repercussions that impact your health and well-being. And a lot of times we just want to ignore it, thinking it's going to go away. I don't need to focus on it much. But life, in essence, is a series of trade-offs. We must navigate between the various hards of life to determine our ultimate reality. So what's your reality today? What is your reality if you're married, right? Because marriage is a bond built on love and commitment, and it requires effort and dedication, but so does divorce, with its own set of challenges and emotional toil. The decision between working on a relationship or walking away is a choice of two hards that individuals must confront. It's not easy to say, okay, this is it. What about finances? You're like, Christiane, don't talk money. Oh, hang on. We've got to talk about money. Financial stability is another aspect of life where you got to make some choices, and those choices impact your well-being. The burden of debt can be overwhelming, leading to stress and anxiety. You're anxious. Alternatively, though, practicing financial discipline and using a smart money management system may actually seem challenging initially, but it may open up those doors for a secure and more stable future. So choosing between the struggles of debt and the empowerment of financial freedom is a pivotal decision that we can face. But there's consequences no matter how you look at it, right? Choose your hard. So which hard would you rather have? How about this one? How good do you like to talk? How well do you want to talk? Effective communication is a cornerstone of relationships and personal growth, right? Our personal development. And in that, it often poses its own challenges. Confronting difficult conversations, whether at work, might be within your privacy of your own four walls, maybe it's out in public, whatever it is, confronting those and expressing oneself authentically, like being who you are, can be tough. However, the repercussions, right, the opposite side of not communicating effectively, such as like misunderstandings or unaddressed issues, like going to bed angry, or maybe you're like, I just don't want to do this, or I've got this question at work, but if I ask it, it's going to come across wrong. And that can lead to a different form of hardship. Selecting between the discomfort of communicating openly or the consequences of silence is a choice you got to take. A lot of times we're just not thinking about this stuff. We don't stop long enough to say, okay, what decision do I want to make? And which hard do I want to choose? Because there's consequences to everything. And I hate to say this, but the word consequence gets a bad rap. I think most of the time, if you look in how we use the word consequence, it's usually a negative definition. But consequence is just that. It's the result of a decision. It's a consequence. So it could be good or bad, right? Maybe you decide to take a job offer. Well, you could be leaving a better one behind, or you could be gaining a better one or a worse one. It just all depends, right? I mean, the battle is real. Well, what about this one? Okay, now I'm going to get real, so don't turn me off just because I'm talking about this. What about the battle against obesity? Now I'm going to say it. I know, because I have been fat in my life. Now, I'm not being mean. I'm being honest. There's a difference, okay? And I had to be honest with myself. And when you battle against obesity, it demands discipline, hard work, and self-control. I mean, I think everybody, regardless, if you've ever wanted to lose weight, can say amen to all three of those: discipline, hard work, and self-control. But on the other hand, the journey to being fit and healthy requires what? Dedication, perseverance, and commitment to getting better, to being your best selfie, to say, I need to be the best person I really want to be. Who am I becoming? The choice between living with the consequences of being overweight or living with the consequences of embracing a lifestyle of wellness presents itself as a significant hard to confront. But again, are we thinking about it as such? Honestly, I don't think we are. I think we look at it and say, gosh, I want to lose weight, but I don't want to lose my French fries. I don't want to lose my soda. I don't want to lose my ice cream. I don't want to lose my root beer floats. I don't want to lose whatever it is. Pizza. Maybe you don't want to lose your Chinese food. I don't know. Whatever it is that you have this vice on and that's got a hold of you. Well, my friend, listen to this. In the journey of life, we're all on this journey, right? We all have our own walk. Hardships are inevitable. Life is hard. And every path requires effort and resilience. That means you got to get up. You got new mercies every morning. And when you get up, you make decisions that are right for that season. There's a reason for your season that you're in, and you can make the decision within that season to give you the reason to keep what? Living a life well. That's the key. And the key lies in recognizing that power of choice and understanding that while life may not be easy, we all agree. I mean, I don't even want to go into my list. I have got a very long list. I'm like, man, my knees are getting sore. Meaning I'm praying a lot, okay? And I pray standing up too, so don't think I'm always on my knees. But if that was the only place that I prayed, I would always be on my knees. That's just kind of the season I've been in. And I'm like, really? But we have to understand that we've got the opportunity and the option. We get the choice to choose our hard. And by embracing the challenges that serve our well-being and lead us toward growth, we can shape a reality that lines up with our values and aspirations. But you got to be willing to choose your hard. That is your kiss to keep it simple strategy. Choose your hard. And I know a lot of people are like, yeah, Christiane, I don't want to do that. I tried that. Didn't work and I failed. Yeah, I know. So let me ask you this. What do you need to consider doing because the pain of not doing it is greater than doing the same thing now? Hey, I don't like that question either. Because it's kind of like pie in the face. Or you can say pie on the hips. Whatever. It's just like, I don't want to confront it. But let me tell you, you're stronger because you are confronting things. There's no reason to beat around the bush, right? Just go at it. Say, you know what? I'm going to look at this and look at it with eyes so I can see what I'm doing. How do you want to live your life? I mean, if you have children now, most likely, depending upon how many, not everybody, but usually grandchildren follow eventually. And I'm sure that you're a decent person, so you probably are going to want to see your grandchildren. But how do you want to be in their life? Do you want to be the one that is wheeled into the room? And all they can do is come and stand close to you side by side because you're in the wheelchair and they can't climb up on you because you're too fragile? I know it may not sound that great, right? But you can't sit here and say, I want to get out of that wheelchair when it needed to happen 10 years ago before you got into that wheelchair. We've got to look at things and say, you know what? Our decisions have consequences. And sometimes those decisions, well, we got to make a hard choice. So choose your hard. The key here is to advocate for yourself. The key is to say, yeah, I do matter. Yeah, my friend, you do matter. And so does your health. So be willing to take control of your decisions that will impact and influence your entire life. Don't sit there and wait until all of a sudden you go to the doctor and they give you whatever news. Doesn't matter. But it's news that totally changes your life. It even could be good news, but good news can even change your life. Choose your heart. So what does that look like when it comes to your health? Number one, prioritize physical activity. Yeah, I know, pretty basic. But are you working out, as in regular exercise? Are you walking? Are you running? Are you doing some yoga or Pilates, some strength training, some resistance training? Physical movement not only boosts your physical health, but it also enhances your mental well-being. Get those endorphins running through your body. I've been watching the Olympics and I watched the steeplechase, and oh my goodness, can I just tell you, if you did not watch the steeplechase and the men's 1500, whoa, blown away. How the men would run and how the one who won gold came from being in 5th position. Go, Mr. Hooker. I mean, incredible. I believe that's his name, by the way. United States on that one, on the 1500, took gold and bronze. Congratulations. And the steeplechase was wild for the women. I couldn't believe it. You thought one was going to do it, and this one that was in second place was like, oh, no, you don't. And man, it was all full on. You got to prioritize that physical activity. You got to run. Get those endorphins going. Do something. So what am I doing? Man, these Olympics like spur me on. So I've been working on my core. I'm not trying to do anything major because I have worked out before to the point where I've injured myself. And I'm like, okay, Christine, you don't have time for injury, which I don't. I have too many things happening right now. I need to be as healthy as I can be. And so I'm like, but I need to get more movement in because of where I'm at. I can't be out and about. I've got contractors in my house and we've got renovations happening. It's a season. It's a season. But I know I need some physical activity. So I'm working out. I'm working on my core. And so I'm trying to do simple crunches. Now, I know that's probably like, oh, well, I can do that. Yeah, okay, great. But I'm not there yet. So I'm choosing my heart, and I'm going to celebrate that. That's great that you already got that down. But what else can you do? Are you making time to get your heart beating faster? Are you getting yourself into condition that you can live a healthy life the way you want to see it? Because that's the key. What do you see? Number 2, what about mindful eating? Man, I have caught myself the last few days just eating. Oh, it's so bad for you. You've got to be intentional. So pay attention to what you consume and opt for nourishing whole foods that fuel your body. Make sure you're getting enough protein. Understand what the macros and micros look like in your life. Mindful eating, it promotes awareness of your eating habits and helps you make healthier choices. If you have an issue with eating, take a food log. Write it all down. I'm serious. Anything and everything that goes in your mouth, even if you accidentally put lip gloss in your mouth, I kid you not. I know you think I'm joking, but write it all down. How much water are you drinking? Just the past 2 weeks, I have changed how I'm drinking my water, and boy, have I noticed a difference. So it's the last 2 weeks. Now I'm on my 3rd week doing this, and I'm like, yes, I'm hydrated. Now I'm making some other changes. I'm not trying to change everything all at the same time. I tweak it. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. Great, I'm going to focus on that. So I've got that established. Next, I'm going to go to this. Oh, wait, I'm going to add back in this because I took it away for a little while. Now I'm going to add it back in. Prioritize your physical activity. Really look at your mindful eating. Are you just eating to eat? I mean, I did hear a recent study that said, or it came out, maybe it wasn't a study. It was just, I don't know what they did. It was probably more of a poll. But they said Americans are buying less potato chips. I'm like, well, that's great. Even though most potato chips, if you get just the basic plain ones, there's only 3 ingredients, so those aren't necessarily as bad for you. But if you're buying all those fancy kind, oh yeah, okay, that's for another episode, but you get my point, right? Mindful eating. Are you just stuffing your face and you can eat the whole bag of potato chips? Guilty as charged. I mean, I haven't done that recently, by the way, just want to say. But it's easy to do because you're just sitting here doing stuff. And I do so much on the computer, I have to force myself to say, okay, wait a minute. You just can't have food around to have food around because a lot of times I'm just sitting. That's why I'm working on my stuff. Okay. Number 3, prioritize self-care. You've got to take care of yourself so you can be your best selfie. And that means you take time for those self-care activities that rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit, whether it's meditation, journaling, whether it's taking a walk out in nature. Now, do it, when it's cooler. Man, we've been having a heat wave around here. I know we've got the tropical storm. Well, it was a hurricane, but tropical storm Debbie now that's flooding some areas. So maybe not a great time to go walking. But as you are expending your energy on things, make sure you take some time. Maybe it's reading a book. Get a book out and read. Because let me tell you, self-care plays a crucial role in maintaining overall health and balance. And that balance is not about living 100% life evenly or a 50-50 break. No, balance is saying your body is working the best to its ability that it can work. Right? Don't allow yourself to be defined by your excuses or by your medical diagnoses. None of that. Don't. Say, you know what? I'm going to take it one step at a time because I know it will lead me to miles of greatness. Think about it this way. You first need to lift 5 pounds before you can lift 100 pounds. Because if you go for those 100 pounds, what happens? You're probably going to pull something. You're probably going to hurt yourself. Right? Not a good idea. Oh, I'm going to start lifting weights. So you go in, I am strong enough. I'm going to start with a 30-pound weight. Not a good idea. Start with 2 pounds. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. Start with a bottle of water. A little bottle of water. A can good. Seriously. Then start tracking where it is. But if you go and jump to 100 pounds, whoa, yeah, you may be able to do it once, but what's going to go crack? And you're going to be like, oh, man, now I'm on my back. Choose your hard. And when you're looking at how to choose your hard, where it's going to show up, you've got to learn to define your goals. What is it that you're after? Right? I just shared with you that I add things in and take things out and change things and okay, so water. I've been drinking my water differently. Lately, I've been traveling a lot, so I bought bottled water. I don't like doing that, but it was for convenience, and it allowed me to track easier because I was literally on the road all the time, and I wasn't in my own home. So I didn't have the resources of knowing exactly what I was drinking. Well, now I'm back home. My house is under renovations. I'm like, okay, I don't want to go through all this plastic. I don't like it. Yes, I can buy bottled water, but my water that I have in my house is delicious, and it's healthy for me. So I've got my glass bottle, and I'm drinking it. And I know I need to drink. If I want to be on optimal health, I need to drink 5 of them a day. And man, I've been knocking it out of the park, 4 to 5 average a day. I'm like, woo. And a couple times I've done 6, almost 7. Pretty awesome. But you see, I've had to define my goals. That doesn't mean you have to get all crazy and you have to sit down and write things out. If that's you and you have a planner and you want to do that and a calendar, then by all means, do that. But if you're like, I kind of like to fly by the seat of my pants, do what works. Do what works. Don't make this more complicated, right? Choose your hard. Another way is get some people to support you and to help guide you. Maybe you need that accountability coach. Maybe you need a mentor. Maybe you need a personal trainer. Maybe you just need someone to say, you're looking good today. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If your spouse is one who can support you, then talk to your spouse. Maybe you need to talk to your mom or a best friend. Maybe you need to talk to a colleague. Maybe you need to have a total stranger that doesn't know you very well. Maybe you need to hire a coach that can keep you on track and be there. So surround yourself with this network of people. It's important, right? Why do you think we're bringing up AIM? I've been wanting this so bad. Why? It's a community. I want people to support each other. I want them to be in a safe place to where they know that no matter how tough life can get, they're supported. No judgment. Just love. Genuine compassion for each other. Love and respect. And then also when you're looking at seeking and supporting each other and having that guidance, right? Look at collaboration. Maybe you meet someone at your gym. Great. You can kind of say, hey, how are you doing? You're looking good. I've noticed you've been coming in here the last few weeks. Keep it up. It's amazing what a little bit of encouragement does, not just for the person you're telling it to, but what it does for you. And then also think about breaking it down. If I was to sit here and say, this is what you need to do to live a healthy life. If we did an intake form basically, and we go through your history and all of what's happening in your life and what's bothering you, what's not bothering you, what's good and bad, how you failed, how you have succeeded. If we went through all of that, we would be here for a very long while. And I know, because when you work with me, we go through a lot of details like that. Why? Because I need to know where you are, because I need to meet you there. I need to help you right where you're at. But then guess what? I don't sit here and say, okay, are you ready? And I don't give you an encyclopedia that says, this is everything you need to do. Because you would look at me and you would you would just run. You would just run, not out of anything. You would just run. Because you're like, I can't do this. I can't even do one thing or two things. Like, I get overwhelmed. I'm tired. No. So focus on one thing at a time, right? Maintain that momentum. Do it well over and over and over and over and over again, where now it becomes repetitious, and it builds what? That behavior builds a habit, and that habit is more natural now. Now, that doesn't mean that you can be like, I don't have to worry about it anymore, because it's easy to go back to the old ones than it is to keep the new ones. All right? So you got to stay on point. But then you can interject another behavior to create another behavior. Hence, you're creating your now. Every single day, every single moment. One step at a time leads to miles of greatness. So embracing what you have actually will empower you to say, you know what? I can handle the next step. I can do this, because it comes with clarity. It comes with confidence, and you then can live on purpose. Life, my friend, is a series of choices. So choose the hard that leads you to that growth, that transformation, that fulfillment, which is truly a life well lived. Go in peace, train for life, love your journey. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed day. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.